The parts in the blanking section in the top image are stock. The parts in the blanking section for the lower image, somebody has been fooling around with, and I have no idea why. This is a System 6A MPU that I had to set aside for a little while because it just wasn't making sense. It would run with Leon's ROM installed at IC17, but once you put a game ROM in, it would light the upper LED. And what I determined this morning were two things. One, blanking indication, which I put on my test driver board, was pulsing. If the LED would stay lit, because there was some hysteresis on that, but if you put a logic probe on pin 37 or the blanking signal, it would be pulsing instead of high, as you can see here. Now the effect of that was that the third digit on each display would not light up completely. You can't see that very well right now. Let me block those the light from above and show you that. So this digit, this digit, this digit, this digit would not light up completely. And I've seen this before on a System 11 game where somebody stuffed the blanking control circuitry with the wrong parts. So I went up and looked at the blanking control circuitry, and sure enough, it was stuffed with the wrong parts. And two of the parts were from the factory. The third one was somebody hacked it into there. I don't have any idea what they were thinking, but I have returned this to factory configuration, and now blanking is working correctly, and we are good to go. I haven't put a battery holder on here yet. The client I'm repairing this for is pretty savvy, and I'm gonna leave that up to him. What else on this board? Well, the headers all the way around, of course, were replaced, and this 100 microfarad cap on the left was replaced also. You can see one of my cheat sheet tags. I had to break one of those out and label all the ICs on this board. Things were going so crazy. So let's see, there's display test with it, and here is lamp test, and here is solenoid test. Well, if I press the right button. Now this is my solenoid driver board, so I would not expect to see any errors, but we want to make sure. That's the coin lockout solenoid. These are the special solenoids. And let's actuate those from their sling or spoon switches. No, that's not going to work. The next test is, I'm pressing the wrong button all the time here. The switch test. I just did another Gorgar board, so I happen to know that it goes to switch 44 if you're in St. Louis. And that is it. The System 3 through 6 boards, maybe 7 also, do not reboot once you complete cycling through the audits and adjustments. You can see this MPU board is now cycling between 0 and 500,000. Let me show you what audits looks like when you boot it up. Since there's no battery backup power for the RAM, this will boot into audits. And 1496 is the game number, and 1 is the ROM revision. I don't know what the 4 in the bottom and the 00 and a ball and play credit things are, but with the coin door open now, I can just flick power off and then on very rapidly, and then it'll come out of audits mode. Well, there we are. This has been one booger of a board. It always helps to set things aside and rest the gray matter before you dive back into it. But thank you so much for providing this challenge. Much appreciated.